How to prepare interior woodwork for painting. Before you attempt to paint or repaint any interior woodwork, such as windows, skirting boards, architraves and doors, the surfaces must be properly prepared. This video will show you what you'll need to do to get a great finish. You'll find a full list of tools and materials you'll need at the end of this video. Before you start, it's best to clear all furniture out of the room if possible, or into the middle of the room if not, and cover both furniture and flooring with protective sheets to protect it from dust and drips or spatters of paint. Before you can paint woodwork, you need to ensure that it's clean, free from grime or dirt, that there are no cracks, bubbles, flaking paint, or holes. Fill holes and cracks. If there are holes or cracks, you're going to need to fill these with wood filler. Work the wood filler into all of the holes or cracks using a filling knife. Use plenty of filler around the hole or crack, as you'll sand it down later to make a smooth, even surface. Let it dry for a little while, but not fully. The packaging will give you advice on how long to leave it. The filler we're using takes 1 hour to dry. Then, take a firmer scraper and scrape off any excess filler to leave a relatively smooth surface. You're going to sand it later, so it doesn't need to be perfect at this stage. If there's room to fit more filler into the hole, then do so, as it will ensure the smoothest possible finish. Leave your filler to dry for the amount of time specified on the packaging. Deeper holes may require longer to dry and may need refilling once they've dried. Sand down filler. Once it's dry, put on a dust mask. Ensure that the room is well ventilated, and then use a sanding block or sandpaper wrapped around a block of wood to sand down the filled area, going with the grain of the underlying wood. Using a block ensures that the area remains level. Create a key on woodwork. If the wooden surfaces you're painting have been painted before, you need to sand these surfaces down with fine sandpaper. You don't need to strip the existing paint, just to create a key. A key is the term used for creating a surface that paint will bind more easily to. Pay particular attention to any areas with drips or flaking paint and make sure these areas are completely smoothed out. Brush and clean surfaces. Brush down all sanded wood and then vacuum the surrounding area, as you don't want stray sanding dust getting onto wet paint. Wash with sugar soap. Now clean the wood using sugar soap. Apply it liberally across the wooden surfaces with a sponge before wiping down, and then rinse it off with warm water. Leave it to dry thoroughly and it's ready to start painting. How to treat knots in interior wood. If the wooden surfaces are new and unpainted, look for any knots in the grain. These will need to be treated with 2 coats of knotting solution, otherwise they can leak resin into the paintwork, which leads to discoloration and stickiness. Follow manufacturer's instructions for the correct application method. When the knotting solution is dry, paint the wood all over with primer. It's important to use a primer on unpainted wooden surfaces to ensure better adhesion of paint and a longer lasting finish. When this is dry, you are ready to do the undercoat. Alternatively, you could use a combined primer and undercoat to save time. See our video How to Paint Interior Woodwork for further instructions. Here is a list of the tools you'll need. Here are the materials you will need. And this is the safety equipment.